Man, I don't know. I get it, but I don't know why one doesn't. I mean, you could think about the matches you could get in the gi.
Like who would be your first like premier?
Bro, if I was going to,
they already have off the bat. Freaking, you're gonna have to get a freaking.
Bro, I would Mergali and Victor Hugo.
Oh, or Mergali versus
Felipe Pena. But bro,
have they ever gone against each other?
No.
No, you don't.
I don't think so.
Because I don't think. I think Bochecha freaking retired before Mergali came into the scene, or was at least a black belt.
No, they were on the scene together because
they just never
one
met.
year, Mergali fought Lowe, and Lowe was supposed to fight Buchecha in the open weight.
That was when Buchecha just gave it up,
and that's when Buchecha. I think that's the year Buchecha just passed it. But I think that Mergali was heavy, Buchecha was ultra, and so they never. Their crosses passed.
How do you see that going? Hypothetical. It's obviously a hypothetical.
I don't know, man. That's gonna be because you could. I mean, Buchecha's got an amazing guard, bro. Mergali's got a good guard. Buchecha's got an amazing guard. Buchecha's big.
Yeah, he is.
He's big.
Yeah.
But Mergali's gotten big too. Like not fat, but he's gotten big. He's put the size on. Yeah,
strong.
He's. I think that would be a really good match. I just haven't. The problem that I would have, honestly, is I think that Mergali was up and coming in the gi and is still going in the gi. And Buchecha took the gi off and geared towards something else.
Yeah, which is MMA itself.
Right. And I don't know. I still think it'll be a good
right
match.
Now they're both on the no gi freaking path right now, freaking because one's doing obviously all just MMA, just style of no gi. And then Mergali's really coming in.
I think it would be a good match to
talk
watch.
about,
I'd
no gi and stuff like that and strong people. Like, do you see anybody right now freaking going against or even beating Gordon Ryan? Nah. Why?
Nah.
What makes him unbeatable right now?
So I think that what makes Gordon unbeatable right now, and I'm not going to go into the whole.
Yeah, let's just try to just keep it as broad as
everybody will
simple
talk about his steroids and all that bullshit. It's not. It has nothing to do with that.
I was telling that the other day. I'm like, okay, let's say he is taking steroids or whatever it is like that. All right, it still doesn't freaking allude that it's the experience and the knowledge that he has to recall to freaking actually to implement whatever the transition.
You don't learn jiu-jitsu doing steroids.
Yeah, you're gonna be fucking stronger and faster. Yeah, of course.
I think what it is. I think what has happened is he has gotten with a coach that knows how to train him.
And that's another thing I talked to. When I had this conversation like that, I'm like, John Danaher obviously is going to go down as one of the greatest jiu-jitsu coach-minded person, freaking of all time. All right, but then again, what I brought up was but he's not for everybody. All right,
that part.
All right, I'm like the reason he's been has so much success right now with the guys that he has is because those guys, all right, have found him, and it's a very specific bond. You know what I mean?
Those are
because I'm like,
yes,
absolutely. I've tried to freaking listen to some of his teachings and YouTube and whatever. It's just so dense. I'm like you just cannot get through it. You know what I mean? I'm like, who enjoys really? Would you really enjoy listening to an audiobook? Freaking about the dictionary. You know what I mean? I was like, that's exactly like the only way I can really put it. It's very educational.
Funny. That's funny.
All right, but like it's just so dense, it's like that, and it's just a specific type of people, and those people that he gravitates are going to be very successful because you know what, they gel together and they're meant to be.
Even when you look at coaches in general, right? You look at the Galvaos, you look at the Mendez, you look at Mikey Galvao down in Brazil. Like you look at different coaches and you see what it is that they have, and some can just kind of have general success. I don't feel like Danaher has general success.
No, I
feel like he has some people that are really good, and then you don't hear about kind of everybody else.
The whole
because just like you said, I mean he's super cerebral. And you know, I know Nicky Rod makes fun of Gordon Ryan about being autistic and all this other stuff. And maybe he is. Like I don't have any idea. But
he might be a savant.
The thing about people that are autistic is there are things that they can pick up, and they pick up well. And maybe he could be completely autistic. Like, I don't know. Maybe he wears a helmet all day long and has his you know. But he understands the way that Danaher philosophizes jiu-jitsu. And I think that's what and if you look at, by the way, on BJJ Fanatics, his instructionals are ridiculously priced. The Gordon Ryan it's ridiculous to cost.
What are they?
They're $350. Right. I mean,
a 30-minute video.
Yeah, you know, buy it if you want to. But each one of his videos is called Systematically Attacking This. And what it is it's a path. It's a if A, then B. If not B, then go to C. And so you're just looking for certain cues, and you're just following a path, and that's the way he learns. And I think that makes you a lot more like in MMA. You know, I'm gonna figure out what this guy's pattern is, and then I feint the jab, he's gonna lean straight back, so I'm gonna go here. And that's just, he just has a path already decided in his head, and he just knows, I'm gonna do this, and this. And I just think he's gonna be really, really hard to beat. I think he's gonna be, and I don't know who's gonna beat him. I don't know who's gonna beat him. Whoever the person that's gonna beat Gordon Ryan, I don't believe is a black belt. I don't believe that today they're a black belt.
They're not a black belt right now.
I know. I think they're a brown belt someplace, and they're going to get their black belt, and then they're going to threaten him.
You know, towards the end of his career,
or maybe next year. But they're not a black belt right now. It's none of the guys that we know right now. I don't think any of the current black belts is going to beat, or the current like known common competitors. And I don't think it's going to be those.
What about
guys.
someone like? See, man, you know, they throw out so many hypotheticals and stuff like that. Like you know, because. I'm like, does Eric Moniz, he doesn't do no-gi, does he?
So I've never seen him without the gi on. I think that would be a really interesting match to watch. Yeah. But I don't think I've ever seen Moniz without
and then
a gi.
Let's go back to BJJ. Has him and Gordon ever gone at it?
No.
No?
Ooh, no. I don't think so, because I think that Gordon stopped competing in the gi.
How many times has BJJ done ADCC? I don't think he's ever won multiple ADCCs, has he?
No. And I don't think he's done ADCC. I don't think he's done ADCC in a while.
Yeah. So those are like hypothetical matchups. Like I see, like, you know, guys right now that are on top of the jiu-jitsu world, as for like absolute champions that I'm like, you know, can probably, like, whatever Moniz, I don't think I've ever seen him do no gi. So I'm like,
wow. So Buchecha has won some gold, but he won gold in China in 2013 and Finland in 2017
for ADCC.
ADCC was years ago. In 2019 he got bronze and silver. Ooh, did he fight Gordon in 2019?
It should say in there. I don't know.
Huh.
Like I want to say that probably did happen. You know.
Let's see.
Yeah.
He lost to Gordon Ryan. Negative points. So in ADCC.
So it's just a referee's decision.
Yeah. Kind of a stall.
Okay.
You know what? I remember that he pulled guard and lost a point.
Who did? Buchecha?
Buchecha. If I'm not mistaken.
You lose points for pulling guard?
In the first 5 minutes.
That's weird.
Bro, ADCC has if I'm remembering correctly, that was the match. But I mean, you know.
Well, you see, you know, I mean, that, you know, those are some hypotheticals right there. They're probably, you know, they really want to find the next guy to really give him a hard time. Yeah, give him a hard time.
It's gonna be hard, bro. It's gonna be hard. The kid's just good, man. I mean, there's no knock on the kid. The kid is really good, and I know everybody's like, well, let's see him put on. I think everybody's problem with him is he just ruffles everybody's feather.
You know, that's all it is. You
That's
know,
it.
and he's walking the walk and talking the talk. So obviously, no one's gonna, no one can really say anything. You know what I mean? But the thing is like, I'm always like, take the higher kind of role, you know what I mean? Just handle business, and then take the glory and, and the fame that comes with it, humbly.
Right.
You don't gotta, freaking do both and then talk shit and then take your glory and your fame, freaking with it. Like, it's just too much. Where it's like,
I think the thing that gets people the most is he always says, like, I'm the greatest grappler of all time.
Yeah.
Like he said, like, that's what gets people the most. And if you look at it, like, people will say jiu-jitsu is in the gi and grappling is without the gi.
Yeah.
They will say that. And if you look at that, then you say, okay, well, maybe so, because he's not saying that. But when he says he's the greatest of all time, people are like, well, but then put on a gi and prove it. Like, do it both ways.
Yeah.
Prove it. That's what people want to see. But I mean,
well, so what would your standard be for greatest of all time? Do they have to be
you have to be gi
both
and no gi.
gi and no gi?
So I think you have to be Marcelo Garcia.
Marcelo Garcia.
I think you have to be.
Yeah.
I think you have to be Marcelo Garcia. Hydra Gracie.
The Mendez.
freaking. Hafa gi.
Yeah. Hafa.
Like, you have to be. But really, like, you have. That's what you have to do. Because if you're gonna be the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Like, of all time. Like, the greatest to ever do the sport. Like, you have to do the whole sport.
Yeah.
Marcelo won gi and no gi.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
But Checha, he won multiples in gi and no gi as well. Like that. So, yeah, I get it.
I mean, that's
to me.
But at the same time,
I agree. Totally agree.